Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right. They said it would never happen. David Byrne said it would never happen, but all signs point to June 5th, 2025. We got Instagram posts on Talking Heads site yesterday on their page, and we got one today. What are they looking like, T?
Yeah, 2 posts 2 days in a row, and some of the mainstream media is starting to pick up on it as well. There's some articles floating around out there about what could this be? What is the announcement? What's and I mean, kudos to them for driving the hype. We can only hope that it's what we're hoping it is, but it could also just
Not a
be
reissue.
a reissue or a live album of that concert, since it's the 50th anniversary of their first show or whatever. So you don't really know, but this is what they posted on Instagram. We'll go ahead and share that really quick. The last 2
No
days.
audio. No audio. We don't want
No
to
audio because we don't want to get popped, but Psycho Killer is playing underneath this one. This is the one from yesterday that they teased. You can kind of just see it's got the date, a lot of comments, and again, Psycho Killer is playing underneath
and
this.
the font. The font is the same font from Talking Head 77 LP.
Yep. And then today's with Saoirse Ronan, an actual actress, heavy Academy Award nominated actress up here, doing it. And again, it's just got the song in the background and just sort of a little tease of, but this one has a little bit more production value than the other one, right? The other one was just sort of like stock footage of the moon going on, whatever. And this one actually, they shot this. So what could it be? What do you like? Let us know in the comments what you guys think, first of all, and if you're excited about this or what you think it could be and what the teasing is. But that's really it on the page. It's just those two, and then like they got their pen notes and stuff. But these are the last 2 posts from the last 2 days. So
right. Well, okay. So for decades, a Talking Heads reunion has seemed impossible, but in 2023, things kind of subtly changed. If you want to go check, we're going to put a link in the bottom. We have video of the Q&A sessions they did with the Stop Making Sense that T was at. He filmed the whole thing for us. But
yeah, from the one in LA at the Pantages. So go check that out. It's on our site. You can kind of get an idea of what they were saying at that time and sort of where their heads were at as far as announcing a reunion tour. At that time, it seemed pretty unlikely and pretty dead. And I even came out of that and we talked about it, saying like, no, after seeing that, they sound very content not doing it.
You know what? I feel like watching that, there wasn't the tension and avoidance that you got a lot from Byrne in that interview. Like he always used to complain that he didn't want to do a reunion because he didn't want to be a nostalgia act. He wanted to continue to move forward. Was what his big thing was. Now, maybe as you get older, you eventually come to a place where you embrace your past or you dig up your past and you're like, let's take a look at it.
And with everything, I don't know, sometimes it also just the momentum of the moment and where you are in the timeline of everything, you get caught up in sort of this, rejuvenation or whatever. And everyone wants it. It's not like, I don't think it would feel like a nostalgic act. I don't think it would feel that way in any way. I think people would be excited for it and want it. So I think it's one of those, do they want to do it enough to do it for us type issues? And if they do, that would be incredible. On the flip side of all this, I don't want to build it up too much and then us get disappointed by something, but they are really leading us down this path to make us believe this. So if it's a reissue or if it's a live album or if it's something else along the lines of how they did the announcement for the movie and that kind of thing, where you thought it was going to be something and then it was just sort of the re-release
you know what?
of that.
For me, I am pro that it's going to happen because the wounds seem to be healing. It's a milestone, 50 years since your first performance. That's the time to announce something. And for the first time in decades, Byrne really seems like I said, he's open to reflection and maybe reconciliation. The rest of the band said, we never broke the band up. He just didn't show up one day. The Talking Heads never broke up. So Chris Franz leaves the door open with that. And he said that multiple times over the years. So.
And that's always kind of been it, was he just kind of left and, they kind of did their separate things. But so there was no reason for it not to happen. But I mean, again, you look at like we talk about the Dead 60, you know, and like you celebrate these kind of milestones. So, and nobody celebrates their milestone more than the Dead does. But I mean, this would be a huge thing. Even if they did it, Kev, in a smaller, like it would be great to do a multi-city run, but a smaller run, you know, like the LA, Chicago, New York type vibe.
Demand level off the charts.
Right. And if you keep it even smaller.
MSG, right. They're playing MSG. They aren't going to be doing a Red Rocks or even something smaller in LA. They're going to be playing the indoor arenas. If they do, you would hope, unless they're going to be like $300 and we're playing theaters. And sorry, guys.
I could see them doing a forum out here and like MSG and like a United Center in Chicago or something like that type tour, and making it like, you know, maybe a couple other cities. I don't think it would be a full, but again, this is all speculation, what we think, but it's one of those feelings where why wouldn't you celebrate it? I mean, it's, you know, I just like here Jason says a new album and the 2027 tour dates. That's 2 years away. That's a while.
Dude, but I'm not going to be around. So what do you think? If they do an arena run, what is it? 5 cities, 10 cities?
I would say my over-under would be less than 5 or less cities. With
multiple shows in each
city. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Maybe even like multiple weekend type deals, type run, maybe type thing. Because again, you know, when you're older, you don't necessarily do a Thursday through Monday type, you know, or like a Thursday through Thursday type.
You aren't playing all week. You aren't doing 5 shows. You're doing more of a
Friday, Saturday, Sunday run. Kind of like what the Dead with the Sphere, right? You play the weekends,
dude. But think about. I mean, let's estimate the profit here. There's going to be a documentary, possibly new music, deluxe releases of everything in the whole catalog, live streamed, $50 a head to watch the live stream. I mean,
cha-ching. I mean, yeah. And
worth it. Cash in.
Worth it. I mean, if the demand is there and the people want it, go get yours. Why wouldn't you? So, I mean, I think it's great. I mean, even just the hype alone is so much fun, and seeing the speculation.
It's blowing up the internet, man.
And seeing this. So now the hope is that they land it and it's something fun and spectacular. And like I think the real test too will be tomorrow. What drops tomorrow, right? Because tomorrow's the 4th.
3 in a row, right?
3 in a row the day before. Do we get a little bit more cheese on that trap, and then it gets sprung on the 5th? So we'll see.
So are we going to get Talking Heads the movie starring?
I don't know, but I'm excited. We'll definitely be back here on the 5th to talk about whatever the announcement is, good or bad, and we'll either be super excited.
Tomorrow night. We'll be back tomorrow night on Live.
On Live. Oh, yeah, we can talk about the whatever it is and speculate some more.
This is to the top of the set list. This has to go to the top of the set list because there's a lot more to dig into there. I need time to still process it. These are all my first thoughts that I typed out, you know?
I know. No, I know. And like I said, it's pretty crazy that the media even now is starting to pick up on it, and people are like commenting and starting to spread it. And I think I even sent you an article from something that was like
Parade.
Yeah, magazine? That was like Parade magazine pick. Yeah, so it's out there. It's definitely getting spread around, and people are noticing it and wondering what the heck is up.
Let me throw a couple quotes that I pulled up. When I was working on some Talking Head shows, I was a little tyrant. Then I learned to relax, but I also learned that collaborating with people, both sides get more if there's a good relationship. So that's what Burns said a couple years ago. And Chris Franz mentioned that 20 years ago they tried to do this, and David said to him, I never want you to ask me that question again. I'm not going to address that matter. But again, I think he's softened over time. So God bless him.
I think time
it's all him. I know the other 3 would do it in a heartbeat. It's all about whether they can get him on board.
Yeah, now, and that was the thing I said. If you watch that Pantages sit down with them and stuff, again, I definitely came out of that being like, no chance. Like, they're just very happy where they are. It's over. Like, it's done. So if something has changed even since then, that would be awesome.
Do we have the huge band, or do they try to go out as the 4 of them? Because I think it would be hard to do, you know, And She Was, or, you know, some of those later songs with just the 4 of them. But if they wanted to go out and just rock out You know, I mean, they were a 3-piece originally, but 4 pieces when they got huge. Do the first 2 albums kind of thing. I would love that. I mean, I'll take anything, but
Right.
you know,
Right. And
it's
then
going to be a
that's
big show,
another.
though. It has to be, right? It has to be a big show. If Byrne's going to be involved, he's going to want to have choreographers and
Right.
film and all kinds of things.
And if you're doing it, you might as well go big and not really do the stripped down.
But see, then that's a theater thing. You're going to do all that huge production. That's more of a theater thing, because arenas, that doesn't hold the same impact, I guess. All right.
Yeah.
Barney Worrell
So
will
true.
be missed. God bless him, the Woo Warrior himself. All right, we're going to leave a comment. If you're watching this later, find us on social media. Tomorrow
Let us know
night,
what you think. Are you excited about this? What do you think the announcement's going to be? What could it be? How excited are you for it? And again, go check out our video on it from a couple years ago when they did do the Pantages Stop Making
There'll be a
Sense.
link in the description within the next.
Yeah, and it's really good just listening to them talk and seeing them, and the crowd was so excited. So I mean, there's definitely, let's hope this is something big. So let us know what you think, and we'll see you guys tomorrow night on Live.
All right, play us out, Maestro.